In my opinion, the Knicks have a couple tough questions to answer over the next few weeks. One is, what is the best version of Julius Randle for the organization moving forward? And the other one is, how do we as an organization get that version of Randle night in and night out? Now, we all know the backstory here. Last year, Randle was incredible, all-NBA player, led the Knicks to a surprising run to the playoffs. This year hasn't been the same. Randle's been inconsistent. The Knicks have been inconsistent, and they're struggling right now. And so 2 weeks ahead of the trade deadline, I think the Knicks have to take a hard look at things and say, what do we want from Randle moving forward? Is he our number one? Is he our number two? Is he our number three? What do we want him to do on the court? And how do we, as an organization, get that version of Randle? Because you extended Randle in the offseason. He's here for several more years under contract, and you stamped him as one of the pieces of your future when you extended him. So it's on the organization, to me, to make this work. And when I say organization, I mean, what could Leon Rose do to get the best out of Julius Randle? What can William Wesley do to get the best out of Julius Randle? What can Tom Thibodeau do to get the best out of Julius Randle? What can Kenny Payne do to get the best out of Julius Randle? Because he played an instrumental role in getting the best out of Randle last season. And of course, what can Randle do to get the best out of Julius Randle? They're tough questions. They need answers, though, if you're the Knicks, because you have a couple weeks here until the trade deadline. If you decide that we can't get the best version of Randle for our organization, then do you decide to move on? Do you trade him by the deadline? Do you trade him in the offseason? How do you move forward knowing answers to those questions? So a lot of uncertainty around the Knicks now. I know there's been a lot of, armchair psychological analysis of Randle and what's going on with him. I'm not going to get into that at all. It's clear that there are possessions where he's not sprinting. He's not giving you what appears to be 100% effort. I don't think he's ever shot the Knicks out of a game, though, this year. I think he's tried to make the right decisions by and large. So we can have a debate about that. But the idea for the Knicks moving forward is, again, what is the best version of Randle for us? How do we get that version of Randle on a night in and night out basis? And if that can't happen, then what's the next step? I reported earlier this week that one team in touch with the Knicks recently came away with the impression that Randle was available for the right return. So we'll see what happens between now and the deadline. But certainly the Knicks and Randle, organization-wide, have to figure things out before they can move forward here and try to progress from what has so far been a lost season.